Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. For those that don't know me, my name is Halia. I am a gold and I-10 card holder, and I have been with Archer Evo for about 4 years now. This Systems for Success training is something that we do twice a month to just go over different systems, right? To help you guys stay organized and really take a full advantage of your guys' business, make sure that everything is running smoothly and help you guys succeed, okay? How many of you guys have been on a previous Systems for Success call before? Or is this your first one? First, okay.
First,
First one, first. Okay, I got a lot of firsts in here. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Brandon, you've been here before. Perfect. Okay, so I highly recommend you guys to go to my YouTube. And I will drop it in here in a little bit. Let me actually do that right now before I forget. But to go to my YouTube and watch the other Systems for Success trainings too, because we do go over like the basics of a system, how to create a system and things like that before we start diving into different types of systems like we're doing right now. So I'm gonna drop this in the chat, you guys, for you. And I do have a whole playlist. So if you go to playlists here, you'll see Systems for Success. Okay. So you guys can go through the previous ones and see what we got going on over there, what we've done so far. And today we're going to be going over time blocking and routines, okay? So, a quick recap of the things that we've covered so far. We've covered what systems are and why they matter. We've covered clarity, capture, control, and consistency. Those are my 4 C's for a good system. How to build an onboarding system that keeps agents. And today we're going to focus on time blocking and routines. So, this is really where control and consistency are going to come to life. And we're going to help you take control over your calendar and your routine to really, again, make sure you're taking full advantage of your business. You're able to manage your time successfully and kind of, work your business without feeling burnt out. That was really hard for me to say, okay? If at any point you guys have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat, okay? And I'll be answering them throughout this meeting. So the real problem with yeah, there we go. The real problem with time, right, that agents typically have is not necessarily not having enough time in general. It's a visibility problem, right? A lot of people will look at their calendar and be like, I'm doing all of these things today, I just don't have time. But really, you can't see what time you actually have. And I am 1000% guilty of this, right? I have also done this same exact thing where I did not think I had any time. And for context, you guys, I have worked this business 3.5 years part-time while working a full-time job, and I only have a part-time job now and work this pretty much full-time. Okay. So I have gotten really good at balancing everything and figuring out how to make sure everything works seamlessly and looking for time that I already had rather than trying to make time that I didn't know if I had or not. Okay. How many of you guys have ever tried to make time in your day and you got overwhelmed because you couldn't figure out how to make this work without burning yourself out? Put a one in the chat box if you've ever experienced that. Me, yes, yes, one. Okay. So, what I like to do is I like to break down my day and see what time do I actually have, where can I fit in 5 minutes? Where can I fit in 10 minutes, right? To see where I can, get some small things done. And then once I do that, then I can see if I can make some extra time, right? I can see how that can fit into my calendar. Okay. So that's how I like to look at it. And that's what I'm going to teach you guys. So if life is feeling too full to fit this business in, you never fully commit, and the business kind of stays in the back burner, that is a visibility problem, right? Or when you sit down and you freeze, right? You're like, I have so much to do. I don't know where to start. There's no routine. Everything feels like it needs to get done right now, but everything's kind of all over the place. So it's very confusing. You kind of just the wheels in your head are spinning and then you just walk away because it's too much at one time. Okay. These often happen together. And today we're going to work on solving both of them. Okay. So you guys definitely have more time than you think. All right. And I know that concept probably sounds absolutely insane, but you definitely have more time than you think. Okay. Most agents assume they don't have enough time, but they've never truly, truly looked into what time they actually have. Okay. You don't need to block off 4 hours every single day or 6 hours every single day. It could be a few minutes here and there. Okay. But you do need, again, a few protected intentional blocks per week. And even 3 hours a week will move the needle if it's spent the right way. Okay. If you're being productive rather than busy. So the problem necessarily isn't about the amount of time, it's that the time that you have is not protected, it's not named, and it's not planned. So it's kind of just all over the place. And it's going to get eaten by everything else. You're going to push things off because you're going to be doing this, or you're going to be caught up with something else. So it needs to be protected. It needs to be time that you will spend towards your business, okay? And again, these blocks can be 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, an hour here, however it fits into your life. And I'm going to share something with you guys that I think will be super helpful when it comes to tracking your time and seeing where you can fit time in, okay? Excuse me. There we go. So what is time blocking, right? Because that is going to be a major part of today's training, and it's going to be a major part of building routines as well. So what is time blocking? Time blocking is simply scheduling specific blocks of time in your calendar for specific tasks, just like you would schedule a meeting or an appointment, right? Let's say you had a doctor's appointment, you're scheduling it at a certain time, okay? And you are going to that doctor's appointment at that time, okay? Time blocking is the same thing. You're scheduling a certain amount of time to complete whatever tasks you need to complete, okay? Um, Instead of a to-do list that's never going to get done, it's just building and building. You are going to give every task a home. I like to name these time blocks or these power blocks, which if you guys have attended Chris Trujillo's Monday, what is it? Monday Mindset? Yeah. Monday Mindset trainings. A few weeks ago, she did a training on power blocks, and I have loved that concept. I've been using it ever since. You name the power blocks, right? A to-do list is just, a list of saying, okay, I should probably get these things done. But the time block is giving you guys an assigned time to get specific things done. Okay. So how does it work? Again, you need to identify what gets done. So I do like to-do lists. Okay, I'm not knocking to-do lists. I use them all the time, right? I like to brain dump, get all of my ideas out, and then kind of organize them based off of like categories. Okay. I've gone over that in previous Systems for Success classes. So like I said, go watch the recordings later. And then you want to estimate how long it actually takes or how long you have in your calendar and block that time. Okay. And then you're going to name that, right? A power block or whatever name you want to give it. And I'll show you guys some examples of what I have so far in my calendar, okay? You want to show up to that time block like it is an appointment that you cannot cancel, okay? Have that mindset of this is where I need to be, this is what I need to do, okay? It's not something you can push back, okay? I really like this line, you guys, here. Your business deserves a spot on your calendar, not just in your head. How many of you guys keep the things you need to do in your head? And you're like, okay, I'll get to this today. I'll get to that today. How many of you guys keep that in your head? Yeah, Jeanette. Okay. Anybody else? Just Jeanette? Yes, me. There we go. Yep. Yes. Yes. Me. Okay. So I'm really big on taking things out of here and physically writing them down or putting them on a calendar, something, whether it's digital or like a physical calendar, notebook, whatever the case may be, taking it out of here and getting it and putting it onto something else. Okay. Getting it out of your head. That is then going to free up space for you to actually organize things. Okay. So, like I said, introducing power blocks. A power block is a named recurring time block with a specific purpose and a routine already built inside. Okay. It's not just, I'm just going to work on my business from 5 to 6, right? Or from 3 to 4. It's knowing exactly what you're walking into and what you're walking out with. So, knowing exactly what you're going to do during that power block. All right. We want to make sure it has a name. So, it's going to feel intentional. a time, so it's recurring, right? Again, it's going to be part of our routine and the routine. So we're not sitting down wondering, okay, what am I going to do right now? We're having, okay, this time block, for example, I have CEO time block and I have topics that I will work on during that time block. And I'll show you guys. I have IPA, so income producing activities. I have a list of topics I'll work on during that IPA power block. I have content power blocks, right? Things like that. When your blocks have names, it's going to develop an identity. And when you have an identity for your power blocks, you're going to actually show up to them because it's going to be easier because you're not walking into sitting down at your computer and being, all right, what the heck do I work on today? Right? You're walking into sitting down at your computer like, okay, I'm working on these things today, and then I'm moving on. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes. Okay, perfect. So I want you guys, actually, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys my calendar. One second. Having some technical difficulties here. Okay. Where did Zoom go? Here we go. Okay, so this is my calendar, right? I have, like I said, my IPA power blocks. I have the topics that I'm going to be working on, right? So follow-ups, emails, setting up any team stuff, booking travel if I have any travel bookings that I'm working on. I have content power blocks. So and I put in here what I'm going to be doing, right? Batching content, editing, saving it in my draft, whatever the case may be. And then I have Mondays, I have CEO, so any team planning, working on any systems, refining them, working on my calendar, content direction planning. So this is where I'm going to be prepping my content ideas, right? I'm going to be planning all of that stuff. Then I actually implement it and do it on Wednesday. Any admin things, scheduling posts, okay? I have a weekly reset as well. So review my calendar, get it prepped for the next week, send weekly emails. I send my team weekly emails every Sunday of what's coming up that next week, update training calendars, pick 3 priorities for the week and get prepped for Monday. Okay. I believe those are all of my time blocks. Yes. Okay. Those are my time block ideas. That's how I figured out, made it work for myself. You guys are going to do the same, but for you. Okay. So I want to know, what would your first power block be named? What would you name your first power block? Taking control. Okay. Scheduled posting, checklist. What else? Grind time, I love it. Research time, client block, I love that. Perfect. And then with that, then you'll pick tasks or topics, right? That will be done within that task, okay? Admin, perfect. Socials posting, love that. Perfect. Those are really great ideas and really great starting points, you guys. I love, love, love that, okay? Think of the different tasks that you do for your business. Think of the power blocks, right? Grind time. I know I'm about to steal that too. I'm probably going to change one of mine to grind time. I love that. And then you guys can come up with the topics in that, okay? Um, Okay. I love that. I know grind time is a very popular one. I really like that. But you guys, again, once you have a name, and you guys don't have to like stick with the names you guys did, you can get a little more creative later on, right? But once you guys have a name, it starts to matter because it starts to become real, right? It then has a place. And once it has a place, it'll start to get done. Okay. You still need to show up consistently and show up and continue to do that. Okay. But it's going to be a little bit easier. Now, what goes inside of your blocks? Okay, every agent should have 3 types of tasks. Okay, your routine should cover all 3. Output is going to be what moves things forward. Maintenance is going to be what keeps things running, so like admin stuff, right? Output is going to be IPA, so income producing activities. And growth, what makes you better? Okay. If you ignore one bucket, your business will start to feel messy or stuck, and you'll kind of start to feel kind of all over the place, right? So we want to make sure we're hitting all three buckets every single week. And your power block should have a home for each one. Okay. Now, what moves things forward? Output. These are the actions that actually create income. Like I said, income producing activities, right? This is where you're going to put those, okay? These are going to be following up with leads, sending quotes and proposals, engaging on social media, right? Booking travel, posting on social media, reaching out to prospects, sharing the opportunity, having those conversations. If you're not doing any of that stuff, then your business is standing still, all right? This is, like I said, where your IPA power block lives. Okay. So in your IPA power block, in your output power block, whatever you want to call it, this would be a great one for grind time, right? This would be a great power block for grind time. So in your grind time power block, you want to be posting and engaging on social media, reaching out to people, having those conversations, sending those quotes, right? That's what you're going to set that time aside for. Okay. Then we have maintenance. This is, again, the admin stuff, what keeps things running. These are the tasks that prevent chaos. So my weekly reset is a maintenance power block, right? It's, if you skip them for too long, you guys, everything's going to start to pile up. You guys should see my kitchen counter right now because I've skipped maintenance for a little too long the last couple of weeks, okay? Responding to client emails, updating your trackers, any admin paperwork, emails, things like that, okay? Tracking sheets, team check-ins and follow-ups with agents, setting up your calendar, uh reorganizing your priorities. Okay, this isn't necessarily like the fun stuff. Well, it is for me. Everyone's a little different, but this isn't necessarily the fun stuff, but it's going to help you feel in control, right? So someone said, what did someone say? Someone said something about like taking control. This is going to be your taking control power block. Okay. And then we have growth. These are things that make you better, right? These are things where you're going to learn, where it's going to help you. So to build your future, they don't necessarily create income today, but they help you grow into yourself as a business owner, into yourself as a leader, into whatever the case may be, right? So these are going to be, trainings, webinars, social media skills, learning new things, learning destinations, personal development and mindset work. This is going to be the bucket that most agents skip when life gets busy. I don't want you guys to do that, right? Because when it comes to this business and really just life in general, you always want to be learning, okay? You always want to be trying to improve and get better, okay? And this is going to be what separates you from an agent that plateaus to an agent that keeps climbing, right? An agent that kind of stays stagnant to an agent that grows, whether that is on the travel side or on the building side. This is going to be what separates the $1 million bookers and the just, I'm just booking here and there. Okay. Is that growth, that always willing to learn. Okay. Do you guys have any questions of the three things that go into buckets? Output, maintenance, growth. Does that all make sense? Yes, it does. Okay, beautiful. Good. Now, the non-negotiable three, okay? Even when life gets busy, this is going to help you guys when you have, like, for example, what was it? Last week or the week before where we were like, there was like 5 things. 2 weeks ago, we had actually just this month in general. So the beginning of the month, the week of the 6th, we had the Brilliant Lady event in Long Beach or San Pedro. And then we had to we went to go on a little road trip to Arizona. And then we came back and spent time with some of the leadership, right? Then a couple days after that, it was my mom's birthday. Then a couple days after that, it was my brother's birthday. And then I think now we're here where we're at. All right. So this month has been a little hectic for me, right? Am I hitting all of my IPA block, all of my power blocks consistently? Am I doing all of my tasks? No, I have not been. But I do have my non-negotiable 3 tasks that I do every single day, okay? This is going to be at the bare minimum. This is what I need to get done every single day. One of them is going to be, or it's going to be one from each bucket, right? So this is your baseline, your bare minimum, right? On those days that life gets a little busy. You need to do at least one output task, one income producing activity, one maintenance task, and one growth task. Okay. At the very minimum, that is what you should be doing every single day. So that might look like following up with one lead, maybe engaging on social media a little bit, maybe sending out an email, okay, and maybe watching a little bit of a training or reading a little bit of a mindset book, or maybe you're learning a little bit about a destination, right? Something that is small, doable, and repeatable. It does not need to be perfect. I don't want you guys to expect perfection from yourself, okay? I want you guys to expect consistency. Right? I want you guys to hold yourself to a standard where you're showing up for yourself and for your business no matter what. Even if it's only doing 3 little tasks a day, okay? Now, what bucket do you guys feel like you're spending the least time in right now? Is it output, maintenance, or growth? Booking. So output, output, output. Okay, so we got to get some more income producing activities, you guys. We got to get some money coming in. So if it's output, we got some growth and maintenance. Okay. For the people that said output, what is an income producing activity that you guys can do right after we get off of this training? Mock booking on social media. Love it. What else? Make a post. Yes. What kind of post? Let's be specific here, you guys. Output and maintenance, but I'm working on growth a lot right now since I'm just starting out. So growth without output is not really going to get us anywhere, right? We want to make sure we're incorporating at least some income producing activities. Show a picture of what we are doing right now. Yes, that is perfect, right? This is a growth and an output opportunity, right? Because you're learning right now, right? We're on Zoom right now, we're learning, but you can also post about this, about how you're able to learn, right? That is both. I love that. That's a really good example, Melissa. A poll, okay, travel related post, call back people, learning, add groups, talking groups. I don't have any comments on my post, so I have to go to other people. Perfect. I love that, Stacy. Wow. I love that, Stacy, right? You already know, okay, I'm not getting this, so this is what I need to go do to get that. That's perfect. Okay. For those that said maintenance, what is one maintenance task that you guys can go do once we get off of this training? Commission forms. Yes, you guys. Yes. Submit your commission tracking forms. How many of you guys know the commission tracking form policy? Yes. Okay, what is it? 30 days, what? What happens within 30 days? What happens with after 30 days? Yes, 20%. Yes, the amount lessens. So for those of you that don't know, we actually I think it was today, this morning, right? That we just got an email. From those of you guys that don't know, make sure you're checking your emails. Okay, Archer put out, where is it? It was this morning. Archer put out an email. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know, check your emails. Archer sent out an email. Commission reminder. Okay. If you have the essentials package and you get that 80% travel commissions, if you do not submit a commission tracking form within 30 days of booking, your commission will drop down to 60%. 60%, yes. If you have the basics package and you take longer than 30 days, your commission will drop down to 30%. Okay. There's other stuff going on there, but make sure you guys go check that email. Okay. It's all in that email. Good. I love it. Okay. What else did someone say? Create invoice forms. Perfect. I love that. Okay. For those that said growth, you guys are working on growth right now, right? This is, like I said earlier, growth and an output bucket that we're hitting right now because you're learning right now and you can go post about how you're learning. Okay. I love it, you guys. Good job. Okay. Capacity seasons. Before we get into what I want to show you guys, my little activity that I want to show you guys, I want to talk about different capacities, okay? Because everyone's going to be in a different season of life, okay? Again, output, maintenance, growth. Oh, that's the wrong one. Capacities. Everyone's going to have a different capacity season. Apparently, I didn't edit this when I duplicated it. But we have low capacity, medium capacity, and high capacity, okay? You want to build your blocks around your real life, okay? Not everyone is going to look the same at the same time. Not every week is going to look the same, right? Like I said, the last couple weeks, I've been in a medium capacity, right? This week, I can be in a more high capacity season, right? Sometimes I'm in a low capacity season. It just depends on what is happening in life. But we have systems set up so that way, even when we're in that low capacity season, we have that non-negotiable 3, okay? So low capacity is when you're super busy, you're kind of stressed, you're overwhelmed. Your routine should then be short and simple. It should reflect that kind of capacity, okay? Fall back on your non-negotiable 3, give yourself some time to rest, and keep it simple. When you're in medium capacity, there's some structure in your life. You have some time and more effort and consistency. These are where you're showing up to your blocks and you're working all 3 buckets, okay? High capacity is you have more time, more energy, more focus, and this is when you're growing fast. This is when you gain that momentum, okay? Add to your blocks, go deeper, push harder. This is where you guys can push yourselves, okay? The mistake that I see a lot of people make is acting like every season should be a high capacity season, even if we have low capacity energy, time, whatever the case may be, okay? Honor where you are. Allow yourself to be where you are and push yourself to be a little bit better every single day. Okay. 1% better every single day. And some days that might look like I'm in low capacity for a week or 2 and I'm giving myself some time to rest. So that way I can then go and jump to medium or high capacity and push myself. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Are we understanding that we need to allow ourselves to rest sometimes, right? Okay, beautiful. On hard days, you guys, this is going into, again, that low capacity season. Your goal is not progress. It's just to maintain that consistency, right? I want you guys to remember if you skip a day, if you're like one day where I'm just like, I just need to lay on the couch and like not think. Those days for me involve the couch and housewives. Okay. Where I'm just like, I literally just need to turn my brain off for a day so that way I can start tomorrow and be refreshed again. Okay. That is not a failure. Quitting because you skipped a day is. Quitting because you had a day where you just had to lay on the couch and watch Housewives. And then saying, you know what, actually, I don't think I'm cut out for this because I had to do this instead of work today. That is a failure. Well, not really failure. It's a learning progress, right? But that is not what we want. Allow yourself to have a day when you need a day, okay? But your bare minimum should be, I don't know, one message, one post or comment, and a little bit of reading or maybe just a little bit of mindset work or breath work or whatever the case may be. Okay. That's still a business day. You're still working your business. And again, you're maintaining that consistency, maintaining that momentum. Okay. That is going to be better than any motivation that you can ever get. It's going to be better than any motivational video. Okay. Now, between now and our next training, I want you guys to do these 3 things. Okay. So this is the 3rd. So the next training is going to be not next week, but the week after. So the 5th. So May 5th. Yeah. May 5th is our next training. Okay. Audit your week, and I'm going to give you guys a tool to be able to do that. So audit your week. Where are your hidden hours? Where can you see, even if it's again 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, where are your hidden blocks? Name your power blocks, put them in your calendar, and write your non-negotiable 3 for this next couple weeks, okay? And actually do them, right? You guys can sit here and be on this training all day long and we can talk to you guys all day long. But if you guys are not implementing the things you guys are learning, then it will do you no good, okay? Small, consistent blocks, you guys, will beat a big block, a big inconsistent block every single time. So again, if you have consistently 20 minutes to be able to go engage on social media for a little bit, and that is what you can do, weekly, daily, whatever the case may be, that is going to beat a block of 4 hours of not being able to consistently work on your business. Okay. Now let's show you guys my little, excuse me, my little tool before we dive into what's coming next. I want to show you guys my little time tracker. Okay, now I have this in English and Spanish for whatever language you speak. Okay. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So this is a 24-hour time tracker. Okay, and I'm going to share this with you guys. I want the template link. Okay. You guys, I want you to track at least 3 days of your week, right? 3 consistent days from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. All right. Track this. Be as detailed as possible. You can see they're in like little 30-minute time blocks. Okay. As detailed as possible as to what you're doing. All right. And then after 3 days, you guys should be able to see where you might have some time to put some time blocks, right? Whether again it's 30 minutes, an hour, whatever the case may be, you guys will be able to figure out where throughout your day you actually do have some time, right? That you can implement. If you guys need help with this, okay, please, please, please reach out to me on social media, on Facebook, okay? You guys have my Facebook in the Evo Enterprises Facebook group. DM me, okay? I will help you guys see, oh, you have time here. Oh, you have time here. You have time there, okay? Be, again, as detailed as possible, as honest as possible, too, because when you guys are honest and detailed, that's where we can really go in and make some changes, okay? Now, what is coming next? Next session, we're going to dive into commission tracking, okay? How to use the commission hub in the travel site. We're also going to go over how to track your commissions outside of the commission hub in the travel site to make sure you're really on top of it, okay? So you can never lose track of what you've earned. And every system is going to connect back to the same foundation of the 4Cs, all right? If you guys have not already watched the 4C trainings, then please go back to my YouTube and watch them. And then we'll be kind of we'll be cycling through them again soon, okay? Do you guys have any questions? No, we're good? Okay, I'm going to take a picture and a video.
Where's your 4Cs?
I put my YouTube in the chat earlier. I can
Okay.
do it again. Because
Good.
kind of get lost.
I have a
There you go.
question.
Yes.
I clicked on the thing you shared,
Mhm.
and it's in another language. I think that's Spanish. I'm not
If
sure,
you
but it
scroll up, it should have the English one as well.
scroll. Ah, I had to click on it. Okay. How do you? I'm really, I'm really technology deficient. How do you save this, or do I print it?
It should save, like you should be able to click it and open it up in your own Canva.
Okay.
Because it's a template. So I made it so like you just click it and it should open up. It should like say like open template or something like that.
Okay, I see. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Still trying to figure that stuff out.
No worries. Okay. So, like I said, this is a growth and a output opportunity today, right? I want you guys all to do this. I'm going to do it first, show you guys how I'm going to do it, and then I want you guys to do the same thing, okay? I'm going to take a picture of us all. You guys can take a picture at the same time. We don't have to do that twice. And then I'm going to do a little video, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how I do the video, okay? Of us on this training. This is something you guys all can use, you guys all can do for your social media. All right, so we're gonna do it together. So we're gonna do the picture. Try to make sure when you do the picture, like I like to hold my phone off to the side just a little bit so you can still see my face. So make sure you guys can do that when you're taking your own picture. Hold it off to the side for a little bit so you guys can still see your face, okay? Because the point of this is for your own social media, so you want to make sure you can see your face, okay? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Love it, you guys. Okay, now we're gonna do a video And when I count to three, I'm gonna kind of just go like this, and you guys are all gonna wave. Okay? You guys are more than welcome to record at the same time, or you guys can watch me do it, and then we can do it again for you guys to do as well. Okay? You let me know. Do you guys want to do just one time, or you guys want to do twice so you guys can see and then duplicate? Twice? Okay, perfect. So we'll do it once. I'll say one, two, three, go, and then I'll start going, right? And when I go, you guys are gonna wave, okay? And then we'll do the same thing so you guys can record it too, okay? Okay, ready? One, two, three, go. Good job. All right. You guys want to duplicate now? Ready? I'll count, okay? And then again, on go, we're all gonna wave, okay? One, two, three, go. Yes. Good job, you guys. Look at you guys go. I love it. Okay. Before we hop off for today, do you guys have any last minute questions? We all have the YouTube, the document, the Canva thingy. We're good? Okay. I'm going to be posting this recording in the Evo Enterprises Facebook group. So if you guys can't find that Canva time tracker again, it'll be in the description of this recording in the Facebook group. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's get some income producing activities going on. Okay, go ahead and implement what we talked about today, and let's get you guys succeeding. Okay. All right, everybody. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.